Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's another day, ugly day out, but we're working on the CRX again today. What I'd like to try and get done today, fellas and ladies, is this whole area of the window. And then I think I want to just sand this down here, up to probably till about where the windshield hits, to see where, because you can see here, there's spots that need to get, filled in and whatnot. So I'm gonna sand this down, see what needs to get done, clean this all up, this whole area, because here there's also a spot that needs to get filled in with either Bondo and or fiberglass. And then just clean this all up, this whole area, so that we're just continuing to kind of move along in sections. So I think my first plan of action is to grab a razor and try to get the remaining thick like window glue that they use or adhesive that they use off, and then I'll sand that down and then go ahead and see what needs to get done and what doesn't need to get done, and then we'll prime that as well and clean all that up. And then, like I said, same up top. This rain sucks, y'all. I gotta be honest. There's no motivation right now to work on the CRX, but we're gonna get it done. You guys see, I'm literally just using a scraper and getting off whatever thickness of it that I can. More of the thicker part of this rubber. Dang, luckily that wasn't the razor. Seems like we went ahead and got all the thick glue off of this window seal. There we go, that's a good word, window seal. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab the orbital sander and see how much more we can get off. And just so you know, we're using 220. Seems to be working out pretty good. I'm getting it down to the bare metal. I'm probably going to go through more of these because there is still like some goo or whatnot on it, so it's going to eat up these sanding pads a little bit quicker. But for the most part, it seems like we are being successful. So sanded up to just about this area here, but I want to focus more on the window area section. I still have a lot more to sand, but as I'm sanding, little things are coming up, which is good because you couldn't see it underneath the primer that was here. You already knew about this one. We spoke about that one earlier, but we have that little piece there. Right here, it's a little funky and weird. And then up top here, couldn't notice it before, but all this, you know, is sanded nice and smooth, except right here. It's hard to tell. You may not be able to see it on camera, but this little dot, if you rub your hand slowly, pause, over it, you could feel a very small indent, which, as I was going with the orbital sander, that part obviously didn't get touched. Why? Because it has a slight dip. So that's gonna have to be filled in and or, you know, popped out a little bit. But for the most part, the rest of this feels pretty smooth. I don't feel anything major, so that should be all right. Now, I will say that this part doesn't have to be perfect, meaning exactly what that said. It doesn't have to be perfect, because that's where the glue is going to go right back on, and we're going to put the window back on, because I do have the windows in my container for both sides. So I don't think this has to be super perfect, but I want to clean it up obviously as good as possible. Had to bring out the belt sander because there's some spots that I just can't reach. There's just some spots that I can't reach in here, so obviously the belt sander is going to be able to get into there. Now, using the belt sander, it leaves a little bit of deeper scratches, I guess you could say, even though you really don't feel them. But I'm going around with a 220 again and just cleaning up each little spot where I hit it with the belt sander to smooth it out some more. But again, this does not have to be perfect, because the window is going back on and you don't even see any of it. You probably see just up to like this little secondary line here. So, but I am gonna, you know, fix that, and fix these two little spots here. And as always, before I spray the primer on, I am gonna wipe it down with the rust neutralizer. I told y'all it was an ugly day. Told y'all it was an ugly day. It's all sanded down as good as I can. Now I'm literally just gonna wipe it to get the dust off, and then I'm going to grab the neutralizer, wipe it down with that, and then I think, see, the sun's coming back out now again. I think I am going to try to Bondo the couple little spots that I spoke about, which is here, 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 and there. Try to Bondo those out, smooth them out. Let that dry, sand it down so that we can get this looking, you know, nice and pretty. Let's go ahead and mix a little bit of Bondo so we could address those little spots that we need to get done. I didn't bore you guys with applying the Bondo, but the Bondo is placed on the spots that needed it. I actually mixed up too much Bondo, so I threw some up here where I know that there was a couple other little dents and whatnot. So we'll let that go ahead and dry up, and then I'm going to hit that by hand. I'm not going to do it with the machine. And then we should be good to wipe this down with the grease and wax remover. Then we'll hit it with the neutralizer, and then obviously we'll prime it. I'm gonna go ahead and use this brick. And the reason I'm using this instead of the machine, just because I'm not a professional and I could just get a better feel for it with my actual hand than putting the machine on there. That part up there I'm not going to worry about until I mess with that later. Let's worry about this, that, and that. Got me over here feeling like Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. The reason I'm doing it this way is because this is actually gonna knock it down much quicker, and then this is gonna come back and kind of smooth it out a little bit, which is what I've done already with the rest, and that's feeling much better. Wax on, wax off. Chillin'. One more little spot right there to go, and then we can wipe down and primer. New fresh microfiber and wipe it back down. Way better, man. Much better, much cleaner. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that, guys. Very happy. It looks great. Now, probably won't do it on camera, but I think I want to just sand this down real quick, like by hand, so that just all of this is the same color gray as this. But yes, much better. I know I said that I was going to work on this area here, but we obviously didn't get to that, so that'll be another time, another day. Much better. Like, comment, subscribe, share, notification button. Thank you guys. As always, y'all know the vibes. Chase the dream, not the competition. Peace.